we back with another episode of Chicago Blueprint. We got one of the cornerstones here, Jamal Smallz, baby.
Okay.
Go.
I'm honored to be here, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
How you feeling today, baby?
I love what y'all doing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
The legendary, if y'all don't know, let me give it to y'all real quick. Power 92 with Jamal Smallz.
That's definitely how it started.
Tell the audience a little bit. How long you been in the game?
In the game, man,
Your legend
I probably started in 98, I think.
98.
Okay.
Probably about 98 is when I first touched radio. Like, yeah.
Was that the era when we had like all of the different radio stations? Because we had like 102, 106, 92.
So
I don't even think we had 92 yet.
So yeah, no. Well, when I was a kid,
WKKC, right?
Nah. Well, I remember that. But no. I was listening to like the Hot Mix 5 and Bulu and Farley and Kenny Jam and Jason. Like I was listening to that stuff and Ferris. Yeah, man. Like
you draw.
I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like I hadn't touched radio at that point. I was just a kid in growing up in Bolingbrook, and I was loving DJs, man. My one of my best friends, I guess his father was like the GM over at I can't BMX at WBMX. Okay. Yeah, he was I guess he was the GM at BMX, and so he had like 12. He had a whole bunch of 12s, like 12s of turntables, technically 1200s. And he had a whole bunch of them in the basement. So, I went over there. I was like, what is this? And he showed me how to DJ. And had a couple buddies of mine. One of them DJ like deep house music. Yeah. George, who was the son of the guy that owned BMX, he did like high energy house music. And then another friend of mine named Corey Cochran, his dad, legend in the game, James Cochran, R.I.P. And he was like super influential to my whole life, and like I loved hip hop, and so I was always drawn to that. So I learned how to DJ on house music, and then I was able to kind of apply that to my love for hip hop.
So did you start as the standard DJ with the turntable, the 12s, before you was a VJ? Because a VJ and a DJ is really two different things. Yeah.
So when you speak about a VJ, are you talking about like on air?
Radio.
Oh yeah. So at that point, I was, like I said, I was in 6th grade, man, learning how to DJ. And I learned because they threw me in front of a crowd and walked off.
You serious? Come on, man. Give us that story, right?
Shout out to Terrell Martin. Played me, got me good, but gave me my career. Like
tell paint that picture.
Did me in. Like,
paint that picture.
He was. I walked up to him. I was like, man, let me get some of that. He had the whole place rocking, and I was like, let me get some. And he's like, I said, show me how to do it.
This 6th grade, Jamal.
6th grade.
Okay.
He said, show me how to do it, and then he was like, he said, all right, go grab one of them records. And back then all the records didn't have no labels. It was just like a white label.
Right.
And so he like grabbed one of those white ones. So I just grabbed one. And then he was like, all right, put it on and do what we had practiced. So I'm young, so I'm focused, my head is down. I'm trying to make it match. And I looked up.
He gone.
Ghost.
Ghost on you.
Family. That was one of the most scary things ever. But I looked up that everybody was still on the dance floor.
You're like, okay, I got it. Let's go.
We good. But that was my first
came naturally.
He threw me to the wolves, you know.
That's how you learn to swim.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you came out with a mink on.
Listen.
You came out with a mink on.
Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, shout out to Terrell, man. We still friends to this day.
Oh, damn.
Know his kids that,
I know y'all, that story come up a lot.
Man.
To have that as the essence and then to see where you at now.
Yeah.
Because you're definitely a legend within Chicago and our culture.
No, I appreciate it, man. I'm humbled, you know. I love serving my city.
Nobody that's an underground artist or any of the Chicago rappers that did not get love from Jamal Smallz. Facts.
Love. I appreciate it, yeah.
Everybody that's in what we call hip hop from Chicago, we know Jamal Smallz gave us a chance on late night.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, and I'm honored to host the Chicago show on GCI, and I'm able to, you know, play Chicago artists for like 2 hours straight every Sunday.
Man, we appreciate you, bro.
Man, like I appreciate it, man, but like really, I feel like it's my honor. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I get to, you know, expose a lot of the talent because Chicago got so much, man.
Y'all be putting on untapped artists.
Absolutely.
I'm going to give you my son.
What's so great about it is that a lot of time they give you time slots where it's like, you like, man, ain't nobody finna be listening to this at this late. Bro, so many people listen to Jamal because that's the on the way to the club.
Yeah.
If you just done the club 1, 2,
11 o'clock.
He's still going with the vibe of Chicago. You
I
remember when I was on there, my auntie called me. It was like, you on the radio? You on the radio? So I know I sent it
in. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. But no, I mean, like I said, I'm honored, man, to be able to do that. You know, to have that gift.
Man, bro. You know? And then for it to be 107.
Yeah.
At night, I wouldn't care if it was at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So what is it like to be able to come into this culture at such a young age and to experience so many different genres of music from Chicago? Because you've been a part of what we call the Crate era, where you had Kanye West's and Common Sense and those guys, and then you had the era with maybe like the R&B phase of it, where you had a lot of R&B artists coming from Chicago. Then you had the drill era.
Yeah.
How is it being a part of all those different eras and to still be one of the people that could say ground roots is where you come from and you supported the culture to the fullest, no matter if you was a big artist or a little artist. That genre of music for so many decades, how you maintain something like that?
I mean, I feel like, again, I feel lucky to have been able to play a role, you know, and I think to be able to expose the genius in all of those different styles of music and all of those different creative lanes, you know, like I said, man, I feel lucky to be able to be a part of that. And, you know, I get excited that I get to talk to some of the different artists and hear their experiences and be able to present that to whoever's listening to me at the time, you know. And I feel honored to be able to do that. And but yeah, like it's so much genius here, man. And even being able to coach, you know, some of the raw talent, you know, and just kind of give them idea, because they'll come with their idea, but it just, some of it just needs a little bit of adjustment so that they can take advantage of what they're bringing to me, you know, because obviously, you know, on commercial radio, you know, we can't play everything in its purest form. So, but being able to talk them through what they need to do to be able to get it so that we can support it, you know, like I said, that's something that I get to do, man. And I love to be able to do that and see them flourish, you know, And yeah, it's an honor, man. And then, what I was gonna say, I started radio in I wasn't here. I was in South Carolina.
Okay.
I was in the military, and I was at Charleston Air Force Base. And so down there is a station called Z93. And I was trying to get my guy a record deal. Shout out to Cato Caesar. He works with Tyler Perry now. But at the time I was trying to get him a record deal. And so I can't rap. I thought I could for a minute. I can't rap. And so I was like, I'm just DJ, and put him on. And so yeah, I went up there. I kept hearing the record labels at the radio station. You know what I'm saying? So I went up there and tried to slide them a CD. And never got that done. Because I found out they wasn't really there. There was just representatives. But meanwhile, I learned about production, and I volunteered. I did every aspect of radio, and I found something that I loved. And I was able to get in because I knew how to DJ. So I was able to do that, and linked up with a whole bunch of different personalities, and I learned about the Geechee culture down there.
Man, got that Geechee. What is that? Explain to us what it is, because a lot of people they associate Geechee with the community, right? And it's not that. It's actually a whole culture in North Carolina.
Yeah. I'm probably not the best person to explain it in full, but what I could tell you, it's a culture that came from West Africa. And through the slave trade, and ended up migrating there. That's my understanding of where it came from. But they have they preserved the dialect, and that's kind of where I learned about it. And the people are super cool. I mean, the culture is crazy. And down there, man, they got this they got the original slave trade building is still there in the middle of the city. And when I say, it moves. It, like, when you go down there, you can like touch the building, you see the building, you see it there. It's different, man.
It's North Carolina,
South Carolina, in Charleston. Yeah, downtown.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I'm putting that on the list.
Yeah, it'll change your life. But yeah, I mean, I was able to get down there and get into the culture. Shout out to DJ Cass, and gave me my opportunity on the radio down there. And then Bill Black, he gave me my opportunity in Columbia, South Carolina, just kind of north of Charleston. And then Jerry Smoking B was my program director, and he gave me my shot there in Columbia. And then it was called Hot 97 in Atlanta. And so I was doing all three of those radio stations at the same time, guest starring over in Hot 97, which is Hot 107.9 now. And then I was on in Columbia and in Charleston. And shout out to Big G too, Gio.
Charlemagne
Charlemagne was there. Yeah.
Did you ever get a chance to interact with him?
Absolutely. We was on the radios at the same time. Yep.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So it's crazy.
You got the Charlemagne before Charlemagne.
The pure Charlemagne.
Whoa.
Pure Charlemagne, man.
That had to be an experience within the
Yeah. Shout out to Ron. Yeah, man. Like Charlemagne. Charlemagne, was he the Charlemagne? He is super toned down right now.
Right.
The Charlemagne y'all see right now is toned down from the Charlemagne that I knew, that I heard on the radio. And but no, man, he's one thing I will say, he's authentic to who he is, and has always been that way. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody that know him personally that can get that type of perspective.
Future. Yeah,
Pluto.
Future. Yeah.
Shout out Pluto. That's my man. Zona man. Shout out Zona.
Yeah, Zona man. Yeah.
Shout out Zona.
Shout out. Let's go.
T. No, for real.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Was that in Chicago?
It was here. Yeah, it was at GCI. Okay. One of my first interviews when I went over there from Power.
Okay.
Yeah, it was super dope.
Pluto is Pluto.
Man.
Same one that's on TV is the same one that you interviewed.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yeah, absolutely. He's solid, man. Solid. he said he said sensational way back then.
Hey, yeah, sensational. That man was on 70, for the record, that man was on 79th and Exchange, leaned up against a hood restaurant, no security, just him and Zona taking a picture.
All the way east.
Nobody asked for an autograph. Nobody mobbed him.
Yeah.
This before Herb was even somebody. He just on 79th and Exchange chilling.
Yeah. Original Goody Mob. Yeah.
The original
Dungeon Family.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, we got Power Lane 2, we got 107. You've had the experience of working with both. I don't want to give any type of comparison. I don't want it to be that way because that's just, we love them both.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we know 107 is pretty big.
Yeah.
Everybody know that. So when you got over to Power 92, was it a transition to be able to go from such a wide audience to maybe, a little smaller market?
Well, I started at
Power 92.
Power and then transitioned to GCI.
Okay.
And Power was family.
Right.
It was family. And it was what I was used to when I came back here from the Southeast region of the nation when I got out of the military. Before I came back here, I was a PD at the radio station in Japan. And that was after I did the stuff over in the Southeast region. And so I was used to having, like Columbia's like market number. It changed, but I think it was like 80 something. And Charleston was right around the same thing. So they kind of like mid to small market. But Atlanta's considered a major market. And I was just guest DJing there. And it was around the time that it was Super Friends, Affiliates, and
I remember the Super Friends.
Hitmen, and
that was during the time when Luda was
on. Chris Lover.
Yeah, Chris Lover.
Yeah.
He was on 107.
And Special K. He was on Hot 97.
Hot 97,
Yeah.
At that time, it was the...
I don't remember if it was... I'm pretty sure it was Hot 97 because I know it changed. But like I said, I was doing a lot of guest DJing there. So like the I remember Chris was there and I remember T.I. was always freestyling.
Yeah.
He was always up there freestyling.
Yeah. That was I think that was Tip. That wasn't even...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's when he came with that You Don't Know Me.
Rubber Band Man.
Yeah. I remember I was in school at FAMU.
Yeah.
I was on FAMU and they used to do a concert every weekend.
Shout out to FAMU. Yeah. HBCU.
And T.I. there. And I was like, who is T.I.? And then I went to the show and I found out who T.I. was.
Yeah.
He turned that college on his heel.
Yeah.
And I came back to the house. I got with my baby mama because of T.I.
Hey, let's get away.
Hey,
Yeah,
that was it right there, Spud. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I had that on my voicemail. Remember when you put the song on your voicemail?
Well, yeah, I had a lot of love from them, and I learned a lot, man, from the DJs down there and the culture down there, and it was around the time of Freaknik when I was down there. It was like the end.
Chance to experience Freaknik in the A.
It was different.
That's amazing.
It was different.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you was a radio host too.
And I went to Grambling. And so I had the HBCU experience.
Some of the Freakniks.
I was down there in them 90s.
I know you was down there.
We were dragging the motorcycles with us and everything down there because you couldn't get around regularly. They take your album to go one block. So next year, we bringing the bikes.
Yeah.
We drove.
That's the first time. Yeah, that's the first time I ever seen a concert on the expressway.
Man,
that's a traffic so
I
bad.
could honestly
backed
say
up.
I was too young. I was too young, but if I could go back in 10,
we was on 75 South
Yeah,
we get
yeah,
to the city,
yeah.
jump out of the car, we partying on the interstate.
By the time it got to us, it was over.
Yeah,
Y'all got to walk it down.
yeah,
Caught
yeah.
the ass end of it though. I remember when 50 popped off. We was down there for All-Star Weekend. They was partying in the hotels. You couldn't even. It was like that. You couldn't even get outside. Party in the hotel, in the lobby, in the hallways.
It's the culture from Atlanta, right, to Chicago. I know Atlanta they just got a fun vibe to them, period.
Yeah.
How was it coming from that market to Chicago?
So the biggest thing that I say that I experienced when I was DJing up here, people, I wasn't talking on the mic.
Right.
They like that was the culture here, you know, in house music. You wasn't really talking on the mic like that. Outside of an announcement here and there, but you know, you wasn't really talking on the mic. And so I was DJing hip hop music, and I was, you know, making everybody do the oohs and the ahs with the way you bring the record in, or you know what I'm saying, with controlling it with the turntables. And when I went down there, they made me talk. And I was like, you know, like one of the first times I remember I was talking with Bill Black. He would always talk on the mics. I'd be like, you know, you ever forget what you about to say? Because I had, that wasn't something that we did. And man, I say probably my next 2 parties, you couldn't get me to shut up. Because that was the culture down there. So I jumped in both feet. After that, I was just saying stuff, and you know, I learned how to do it anyway. So, but yeah, that was the biggest difference in the DJ culture that I recognized when I went down there. You know, I really wasn't talking. But I mean, outside of that, I mean, I was like I said, when I went down there to when I came back, I was different. You know, I was different.
I ain't never heard it. I'm being completely honest. I ain't gassing. I've never heard an artist speak bad about you. Have you ever had a moment where somebody was steady asking you to put them on the radio, and you knew they was dookie with cheese, and you didn't want to put them on the radio, and then they were just like so mad they couldn't take it? You ain't gotta say no names. Just
I'm pretty honest.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty straightforward, you know, and you know, I usually I can find something good about what they're doing and just tell them to improve and keep pushing that, and then give them some feedback on the things that I think could use a little more work or a little more guidance, you know, or even just working better together. Yeah, because sometimes, you know, you get an artist who's real strong lyrically, but the production's not there, or vice versa, or even they're okay with their delivery and the lyrics, and the production is strong, but the content don't match. You know, so it's a lot of different ideals that I'll hear, and then just try to, like, my door is never closed. I'm pretty much like, this one might not work right now, but keep coming, keep working, keep giving it to me. You know,
did that too. It was a female, and when she got on there, she was happy as on. Like, Jamal Smallz pay me all the time.
They usually come back, you know, the ones that's determined, that got that passion for it, you know, they usually come back with, all right, try this. And
that's a good thing. Though, because you don't crush their dreams. You just you polish them up and let them know, go back to the drawing board, come back and let me see what's working. Yeah, that's a dope way of putting it, Jamal.
What's next for Jamal Smallz?
Man, the world knows, man. Only the world knows. I'm ready for any and all opportunities. One of the things that I'm personally working on is that I want to see happen is movies. I want to be able to, it comes from my love of being able to put people in position. This is something I love to do. And
you familiar with the Stream?
The producer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he got a whole movie studio in Atlanta.
Yes.
He got a TV show called Cold and Windy.
Yeah.
Gotta,
Chicago is everywhere with
it. You gotta go ahead and get tap in. If I got to, I could make a couple calls. That's paper card, paper.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, you know, like I said, I just love being able to create platforms like what you guys are doing here. You know, even giving me the opportunity to come and speak, talk my talk. You know,
You're
like
a legend, man. You the GOAT. We appreciate you coming.
Appreciate you coming.
Salute.
Taking time
Salute.
out, man.
Yeah.
Trust me, man. This right here was one of the ones that's on my bucket list. And I ain't gonna lie.
That's love, man.
Yeah.
Love.
Because I know how much you contribute and what's your contribution to this culture. And if don't nobody give you your flowers, man, I want to tell you on behalf of Chicago Blueprint, we giving you a big bundle of them. And
For sure.
Thank you. And
For
continue to keep it up and, you know what I'm saying, shed light on the city. And we love the way you love us and we love you too, bro.
Love, same. Likewise, man. And, you know, I usually am like, you know, I can't wait till I can continue to do more, you know.
I mean,
just being honest, you know, I got so many ideas, so much in my head that I want to do, you know, just for the crib, man. And so I can't wait till that happens.
Well, God willing, it's definitely coming up because you're a good brother and you deserve it. You done helped so many people. I'm pretty sure it's a favor too coming back your way.
No, love. Thank you. We ready for it. Let's go.
Before you get up out of here, one more thing. How because you 107, Power 92, you conquered that, right? Now you over at iHeartRadio.
Yeah.
You plan on conquering that the way you did 107 and Power 92?
So, yeah. I want to expand it more into iHeart. GCI has been extremely good to me, and Power was extremely good to me. Chicago has been extremely good to me, and I'm more than grateful for whatever I can continue to accomplish. And like I said, the main goal that I want to do is to be able to continue to uplift Chicago, just because I love the genius that's here, and I love our people. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. You tell the audience where they can find you at on social media.
TikTok, Instagram at Jamal Smallz with a Z.
Sir.
Yeah.
The OG Jamal, man, we appreciate you coming through.
That's love.
Yes, sir.
And just so that I don't get beat up, man, shout out to my wife, Juanita.
Shout out Juanita. Please don't beat them.
You know, she the
backbone.
Yeah. We do a lot of investing in real estate and providing affordable housing around Chicago. And so you know, salute. That's my partner. That's my life partner.
Very strong man.
Yeah, facts.
Strong man. This is a real estate man right here too. Why he's
sure.
trying to be shy?
Man, appreciate you for coming on, Jamal, man. Chicago Blueprint, y'all. We out.
Love.